What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Shelby Lifestyle. Today we've got news regarding the GT500 Super Snake. Now, as you know, not too long ago I had just had the clutch replaced, and then I had the whole back end reworked. Then after that I had to change out my drag radials. They got absolutely fried. I got these amazing pair of Mickey Thompsons in the back. These are the ET Street R's, massive 315 50 by 17 inch tires with 17-inch wheels. The handbrake is no longer working. I've never done any stunt regarding the handbrake. I'm not too sure why that decided to go out all of a sudden. I'm not too happy, but let me show you what I mean. First off, though, I want to show you what it feels like to pull up the handbrake right now. It's like there's nothing there. There's no tension at all. And unless I leave it in gear, the entire car will start rolling down a hill. I'm kind of on an incline right now. The car is angled with the tires. So let me show you. So here we go, hopping inside the GT500 Super Snake. This car is so easy to get in. Comparing this to the R, you have to kind of climb around it because the side bolsters are so high. So here we go. This is the handbrake right here. If I move it, it's like there's nothing there. You can hear it kind of. It's like an airy sound. Ready? Does not feel right whatsoever. Okay, so imagine you just come home or you park your car somewhere. It's on a slight incline. Usually you would lift up the handbrake all the way up to the max. You'd put your car in gear, but let's say I forgot to put the car in gear. It's in neutral. You go to get out of your car and, oh, what's going on? The car is rolling away. And there we go. It stopped. That is not good. I wouldn't, I don't like this. Gee, it's still going. I didn't even see that coming. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, that's not safe, guys. So if you know how to fix this, if you know what's wrong, please let me know. I'm not too sure if Ford can work on this because the car has aftermarket pieces on it. I'm certainly not excited about this. Because think about it, I got to replace this now, and I've got to get new tires for the 350R. So it's going great right now. Please let me know again in the comment sections what you think's going on. Do one more time to show you guys. Handbrake all the way up, and it's just rolling like nothing. I just got to make sure not to forget to put it in gear. The funny thing is, at the GT350 Track Attack, they took out the handbrake on all of their cars. So that's a bit weird. So this does remind me a lot of the Ford Racing School. To be quite honest with you guys, I never see GT500 Super Snakes driving around anywhere. The only time I see these cars are at special events and car shows a few times a year. Unlike the GT350, I never see this car driving on the road around LA or Inland Empire or San Diego of Southern California. This is something that I feel like is true almost everywhere. These cars are very rare, and what I've noticed is that most owners that have a GT500 Super Snake, some of them are in the garage more often than others, some of them belong in collections. My question is, are all GT500 Super Snake owners not driving their cars as a daily? For example, the only time I see this car is at Fabulous Fords Forever, which is a gigantic Ford car show. I think it's the biggest one on the West Coast. Also, I see them at the Shelby Bash, which is the biggest Shelby meetup on the West Coast as well. All of us owners go up to Vegas together. We hit up the racetrack together, do some cruises, some scavenger hunts. Very fun, but really only at certain big events and get-togethers that are focused on Shelbys is when I personally see them. Do you ever see this car driving around? I know, certainly from my point of view, whenever I go to a Cars and Coffee or a car meet when people see this car, it certainly is one of a kind. They run up to you and go, is that a Super Snake? Does it have 850 horsepower? These cars are special, yes indeed. And what makes them so special is that you're able to modify your car in such a manner and get so much performance out of it without detrimenting the resale value. So if I were to put 1,000 horsepower on a normal GT500 Shelby, the value would not hold. It'd go down over the years. It'd be just like any other aftermarket modded car. This vehicle, what makes it so unique is that you can put 1,000 horsepower on it, even 850 like the normal Super Snakes have, and it retains the value. Also, with that, the whole idea of a car that retains its value and holds a CSM number from Shelby American in Las Vegas, and that has the legendary name of Carroll Shelby holding around it, is that collectors like to pick up these cars. This is a dilemma with the GT500 Super Snake. It's turning into the 4GT, the newer ones. I'd love to see more videos with this car out there. Currently, it's really just me and a few other people that have a Super Snake and share some videos on YouTube. But I'd love to see much more. It's almost like the 4GT now. The 4GT has been out for 2 years now, and I've really seen no content regarding it except for automotive reviews. I want to see that car doing a burnout, doing a donut, or hitting up the drag strip, not going to car shows. When you get a lot of collectors buying up a certain kind of a car, you don't see them that much, even for sale. If you look online right now, there are only a handful of 2014-13 GT500 Super Snakes for sale. Most of the ones that you see currently are the newer ones, which are based off the 2015 S550 body style Mustangs and newer. Some people argue that those aren't really Super Snakes because they're not a Shelby to begin with, but some do like them. So I do find it interesting that they continued making the Super Snake even after this car ended production. My question is to you guys, what do you think? Do you think the Shelby GT500 Super Snakes are the true last of the Super Snakes, or do you think the newer S550 Super Snakes still hold the name to the same extent? Personally, I don't think they are as good of performance cars as the GT500s were, because simply this car has more horsepower to begin with. If you guys don't know, the GT500 for the 2013 and 14 model year, you have 662 horsepower. Then you get the Super Snake package, which gets you 850, and then you have the 1,000 horsepower upgrade, and then you have the whole shot. The 1,000 horsepower upgrade actually gives you well over the 1,000 horsepower mark. I believe it's about 1,200 horsepower to the crank. My package is called the whole shot package, which actually gets you around 1,000 to 1,050 horsepower to the crank. To be quite honest with you guys, I don't exactly know why the handbrake is not working anymore. It's probably just because over time you just got to replace certain things. The handbrake, I didn't expect this to happen already. I just replaced the entire clutch in this car, I think 3 to 4 months ago, and now this is going on. I'm not the most excited about it, but when you're looking at this kind of a car, this car has so much horsepower. It's built for the track, not for the street. Stuff is bound to break over time with this kind of a setup, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. I will admit one thing. When you get the GT500 Super Snake, it's much more livable than this car. Right now, I have the whole shot package on it, and it made the entire vehicle change to feel like a race car. You hear so many things going on in the cabin. It's real crazy. It is crazy. So I would not recommend any of you buying this car and it being the only performance car you have, because it might get old pretty quickly. To me, it doesn't, but if you don't like, you know, a lot of noises going on in your cabin, you feel like the car belongs not on the street, on the drag strip, then this vehicle shouldn't be for you. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, make sure to comment down below. Also, do you want to see more GT500 Super Snake content? Please let me know. I know we've got a good mix of GT350 owners and GT500 owners, so if you want me to change it up and focus more on this car, hit me up. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.